right, so again, for our C4s, you've got to think the only thing they really can move is their head and neck. But you want them to try to participate. Oh, very good. You didn't have to have them off, but that's okay. So we cross the foot to the way that we're going to roll. We put the hands where we always know they are, all right? Because you don't want them out and about. You could bring the knees up. You're gonna say, I want you to turn your head that way, then turn your head this way. Get some momentum, so that we're gonna go 1, and 2, and 3, and roll, all right? Then you are gonna get underneath the neck. Normally by this point, they all wear ponytails because their hair is in the way. But you want to support the head and the neck. You don't want to get your arm under here and have her come up this way. All right? Then you do feet down, head up. You're going to get her set. You never let go of your quad. Never, never. We would normally, which we'll open the room in a minute, and get a gait belt. We would always have a gait belt on. So visualize that gait belt. Then, you wait, you make sure that she feels okay, that she's not getting dizzy, that she's not having issues. And you're not going to wait just a second or two. You're going to wait a minute or 2 or 3 or 4, depending on which time this is that you've gotten her up. All right, if she's gotten up 20 days in a row, you probably don't have to sit here for 5 minutes. But if she's, this is her second time getting up, and especially if she had problems the last time, you may want to wait a little while, see how she's doing, on and on. All right? Then what we're going to do, we always put our feet how we want them, unless we happen to know. All right? So then we're just going to squeeze the patient, sit back, and move her. Now, of course, that is because T is a nice, small, slim person. Biomechanically, if you do it right, you can do it on almost anybody. But, again, if there is ever a question in your mind that you're going, I might not be able to do this, you don't want to get in the middle and go, I was right, I can't, all right? So then you can use a slide board, you can use help, you can use both, all right? So, but since T is a nice slim little one, we're gonna reach under here. I put my hands together and I squeeze in, all right? You don't want it to be that you're just trying to lift her here, because the lift is not what you're doing. You're gonna squeeze, you're gonna sit. See, and we have a lot of control here. We're gonna move, and we're gonna sit. Yes, but she has to roll.
All right. So this is the same idea as the 4-5, but they're gonna give me a little bit more help, is the idea.
Yes, they can do lots.
All right.
So they can either, I mean, you can do it, remember in the movie, they had the guy working on just rolling, throwing the arm, right. So you want to use that momentum, but you really have to teach them to roll from the arm up to the arm down. You don't want them to go necessarily right across because they hit themselves.
Oh, okay.
They get crabby up to down.
Imagine that happens
So
a
you
lot.
want them to go, yeah, up to down. No, it actually happens a lot because they don't have triceps. So you want to try to avoid that. So you're going to have them use one arm, or you can have them squeeze those pecs, push out.
Wouldn't have fingers, T.
Yeah, no fingers, T.
Yeah, no fingers, T. You just, there you go.
Think about
And
pressing your
then you
thumbs
kind of
together.
work on moving them this way so that they get some momentum of 1, 2, 3, roll them over. Good.
All right.
And then we have to crawl back, so she's gotta get on her elbows.
Okay, so you're talking
Crawl.
about that position for
Yes.
the sitting. Okay. So this teach was no shoulder, so it should be shoulder retraction. So the idea is to roll a little bit further forward and pull that arm underneath you.
Roll on your face.
There you go. Kind of flop forward. I'm gonna be right here.
You're gonna get her shoulders. So you are gonna have her, as she comes over, she's on her face, and you're gonna get her up and on those elbows. So you will be supporting the shoulders so that she's not collapsing down or over to the side
So
or
just
anything
giving her
like
that bit of pull to keep her in place.
Yep, and then as she shifts, so she's gonna shift over here and move this one, so you hold this one to make sure she doesn't collapse, then you hold this one and she moves this one forward. There we
Walk,
go.
walk, walk to bring herself into that small tuck position.
Yeah, then she has to really be up on this one, stable, and she's gonna fling this arm back to get the knees. So you may have to help her because she's only got,
Yep.
yeah, wrist extension.
So use that pull. Pull, pull, pull.
No, don't get the feet off yet.
There we go.
Because she's gonna come up, she's gonna pull here, biceps, wrist extension, and she's gonna fling this arm back, back, get herself here. Then this one comes back, and we probably, no, put your hand over, there we go.
You have the hypermobility.
We may or may not have gotten those feet off at that time. Usually they will probably come up to a long sit, and then you have to move the feet over to get them off to the edge. And then we lift, and we're gonna scoot over there towards the chair. So you bring your arms in.
So this is that walk.
Yes, so she brings the arms in. She has to keep them behind her because she doesn't have triceps. So she's gonna lean forward. As she leans, she lifts, she pushes, and she turns her head. So you're just gonna scoot your butt over this way. There you go. You will be lifting the butt.
Do her feet need to be positioned better?
Not yet.
Not
Well, they could be in a moment, yes. And so then as she gets closer here, she'll put her hand over there, you get down, down.
Just to make sure when she falls, you're gonna fall on it.
That's correct. You get under the butt.
There we go.
And so as she leans way forward and lifts, she's gonna turn her head. That was a really big move. So she's gonna lean, lift, turn, and scoot. Then she does it again. Lean, lift, turn, and scoot to get into the chair. All right, you've gotta always think you want her to be as close as possible. She has to lean forward because she's gotta get unweighted, turn her head, and twist to get in there. She's gotta get over the wheel of the chair, so you've gotta get her out a bit and up. All right? All right? The other way to get the person up from, we can roll and sit up, or some people can get themselves up this way if they have enough range to be able to do this. And so if they can get into this position, they then have to get over onto one elbow, so they've got to really be able to move, and then they get this arm back, and then they get this arm back. Then they have to do the whole, unweight to one side, scoot the leg over,
So the guy in the movie did.
unweight to the other side, scoot the leg over, scoot the butt over. Little short arms don't move very well. Unweight, shift, because as you lean forward, your leg digs into the mat. And so for us, we just go, oh, well, scoot that leg over. For them, it's dead weight. So they really have to kind of unweight the leg, try to move it over. Okay, then they get out here, you get them in the position they need to be, and they have to really lean forward to be able to unweight, lift, turn, and get in. And that they have triceps, so they can roll. You know, they can roll over, they can push up, they can come around, they can push this way, but they use the same biomechanics because they have to be able to push up and turn. You know, so it's all the same stuff, but they have wrist flexors and extensors, so they can unweight a bit, they can push more any direction.
for
And
those who sort of
transfers.
have the co-contraction to stabilize the
Yes,
wrist, so
they
can
have
be
the
longer.
wrist, so they can really push up more. And, you know, as they come here, they can push this way rather than having to be this way. All right, but it's the same, they have to be able to unweight and turn. So we've got to kind of watch them move.